friends, and welcome to my review of Free State of Jones, written and directed by Gary Ross, and it stars Matthew McConaughey, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Mahershala Ali, and Kerry Russell. I hope I didn't butcher any of these names. And this movie tells the story of Newton Knight, a man, a farmer from Mississippi, who during the Civil War led a group of rebels against the Confederate Army. And this movie had everything to go right. It had a good director, a fairly good director. It had a great cast, and apparently it had a great story to tell. And coming into this movie, I was very excited. It's a war movie, a war drama. It's during one of the most important pieces of history in America. I was really excited for this. I love these types of movies. However, everything went wrong. But before I go into that, let me tell you what I did like. I liked the performances in this movie very much. I love Matthew McConaughey. He was consistently amazing. His performance was on point. And Gugu Mbatha-Raw as well. She was great. However, Mahershala Ali, as much as he was good, he had little to nothing to do. His scenes were few and far between, with little to no dialogue and little to nothing to do in the scenes he had. Except when he was with Matthew McConaughey on screen, he was doing nothing, both as an actor or as a character. This movie just feels like it has no sense of direction. And I could tell you that this movie is trying to cram too much in, but no, this movie doesn't even try. This movie shows you things that are happening, but then it does nothing with them. They lead to nothing. You have lots of speeches from Matthew McConaughey. You have little battle scenes that are like 2 minutes to 1.5 minutes long. And then you have an even longer speech from Matthew McConaughey after each battle scene. Then you have these little texts then come up in the screen and time jumps that are off-putting and really hurt the pacing of this movie. I swear to God, that was one part in this movie where you had like 3 time jumps in about 30 seconds. I am not kidding you. I was shocked at seeing this. And this movie really feels like it is a history lesson. I always loved going to movies about true history, and especially history of America, and learning things from these movies, and then becoming interested in searching them on the internet, finding out what was true in the movie, what was not, and really learn the history of America. Because in history class, I was never interested, and those classes never led up to anything. They were boring. It felt like someone was teaching you and speaking to you all along. I was just not interested. This movie felt like the same. The director was showing me things that really led up to nothing. It felt like they were not conjointed. This movie felt very discombobulated. It felt like too much crammed in, but all that much, nothing of it was interesting. Nothing of it is important. There is not one scene in this movie that shows you why this movie and the solitary story, among one of the most important times in American history, is so important. It never tells you or shows you why Newton Knight is such an important part of American history and a story that few people know. You feel nothing for the characters, and I hope I don't offend anyone with this, because I know how important this is. You can see how much these people suffered. But as a movie, it did not make me feel anything. They showed me things, alright, I've seen all of this before. I know this kind of stuff happened. Why this story? Why is this important? There is nothing in this movie that makes you feel like you need to see it. I cannot recommend you this movie in good faith. This movie has no sense of direction, no sense of objective. It leads to nowhere. The time jumps are as aggressive as they can be. They take you out of the movie, and that is one part of this story that I will not spoil to you. But it really feels like it's there doing nothing. You take that out of this movie, it is still the same movie, and it is still a bad movie. What I can say is that the movie does look good. Gary Ross has evolved as a director. He can now shoot fight scenes and you can understand what is going on screen. And the cinematography is actually fairly good. However, there are shots in this movie that they look beautiful, but they give nothing to the story. There are things in this movie that do not make it feel like a cohesive story, and that is what hurt the movie most. The script and the direction do not mix, and there is nothing in this movie that makes you feel like you need to see this, like this is the movie that was really important to be made, like this is a story that was important to be told. And unfortunately, this has become one of my biggest disappointments this year in movies, and I'm going to give Free State of Jones a Clark Gable. What did you guys think of this movie? Did you know the story of Newton Knight? Did you not? Were you ever interested in this movie? I just didn't feel like it was a cohesive story. Nothing mixed well in this combobulated mess, and it had no sense of direction. But I want to know what you guys think. Of course, as you guys know, we are near the 200 subscribers mark. I want two things. I want you guys to share this video and like this video, send it to your friends, your family, your enemies, and let them come and join our beautiful geeky community so we can be geeky united. And the second thing I want you guys to do is to tell me in the comments below, of course, what you thought of the movie, but let me know as well what you want me to do for us to celebrate the 200 subscriber mark. What do you want me to do? Any special video requests? Let me know in the comments below all of that. Of course, if you aren't subscribed yet, please click in the button below the video box and get updated whenever I upload a video and join our beautiful geeky community. And as always, there are links to my Facebook and my Instagram in the description below, and you can stalk me on the internet. And if you haven't heard yet, there will be a link to my previous video right here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my review of Free State of Jones. I do not recommend it to you, my friends. I am sorry. But what I recommend is my previous video, which is my Game of Thrones Season 6 finale, right here as you click on that link. This Thursday I will have reviews for The Shallows, Central Intelligence, and Love and Friendship, and I hope to count on all of you for those reviews. As always, every single review in this channel is spoiler free unless there is spoilers on the title of the video, and I hope to see you there on all the reviews and special videos coming to the Geekness Overlord channel. Cheers!